Hey guys, welcome back to Lockdown version 2.0. Welcome back to Snell's Beach. The boredom is starting to hit pretty hard now, so I thought I'd go out and get a few goodies, and I've managed to get a putt out. It's called a pressure putt trainer, and I've got one of the putt out putting mats, and I just wanted to show you some of the fundamentals of the putting setup and also some drills that you can do from home just to make sure you perfect your putting before you get back on the course again. Okay, so I managed to get my hands on this lovely putt-out putting mat, and I've also got the putt-out pressure trainer at the bottom here. This mat's really good. It's got lots of different lines on it. That's going to help me with different distances. Also, if we come across to where the ball is, we've got a few different lines on the mat. So we have got one here. That one's going to show me where my club face is pointing, making sure it's square, and I can use this other line for alignment as well. Remember, putting stroke is not straight back, straight through, so we are actually looking to arc the putting stroke around those lines. If you're unsure about that, get in touch, we can sort of chat about it a bit more. But basically, when we're setting up to putt, if I get the putter in there, my putter has lots of nice lines on it. It's going to help me with ball position as well. For me, ball position is just forward of center. And if I can get that set up nice and square, it's going to make it way easier to get the ball to go into this tiny little hole on the gadget. Now you do have to get the pace pretty perfect to get it to stop in there. The idea behind this pressure putting device is that if you don't quite get the pace right, the ball will actually return the distance that you would have gone past the hole. Now the mat doesn't run at like 12 on the stimp meter, but it gives you a really good idea of how your distance control is. If you don't have that, also has a little hole on the mat that you can practice putting to. Remember, distance control is really important when it comes to practicing your putting. So actually use all these lines, use the hole that's drawn in there to give you an idea of how your distance control is and how well you are rolling the ball. So some of you might have seen some of my other videos that have been talking about how to get the ball rolling correctly. The question is, how do we make sure that we can have this consistency with the ball roll, and how do we do that? So setup and making sure you have the right club in your hand is really important. Now I have two putters that I kind of go between. So this is my favorite putter. I will never get rid of it. It's an old TaylorMade Rossa, and it's just a blade design, so it's really basic. You can see nothing fancy about it, but it's a nice milled putter and I absolutely love it. My other one is a Wilson Infinite putter. This one's more of a mallet design, but more of a funky spaceship sort of head. These putters both have two things in common. First one is that they are both exactly the same length, and the second one is that they have quite a thick grip on it. So it's sort of just above a mid-slim, I would say, on both these putters. And what that does is allow me to get the grip pressure right and also to get the grip right in my hand. So I want to take you through how we can get the grip right to make sure that we are going to get that consistent roll of the putter. Okay, so first things first, how do we hold on to the putter? And how is that going to help me with the consistency of the stroke? So a lot of people will worry a bit about what putter grip in terms of how their hands are sitting on the putter they should use. I'm not too picky with what we use, but I like to see the position in a position that will allow us to basically stabilize that club face. And for me, that means that we almost need to emulate an arm lock position. Not an arm lock putter. We're not using anchoring in the old-fashioned sense, but we are trying to create a nice straight lever through the lead arm and the putter. Now for me, lead arm is left arm. I go left hand high. So I'm just going to show you how I do that. So from here, what I'm looking for is, instead of just having the hand wrapped around like I normally would with my irons, you see how low that keeps my hands, and if you could see the putter head, the toe of the putter comes off the ground. I am going to try and line the putter up through the lifeline of my hand, and that means that I actually have more of a palmy grip with that left hand. From there, right hand really just sits on top of the putter. It's not doing much, but what you'll notice is the club is much more vertical. Now that means I have to do certain things with my arms as well, and I'll go through that in a second. But now that I have my arms locked into the putter, I'm creating really a direct line through the left arm all the way through the putter. And if I turn around and show you the same thing, I'm going to lock that hand in. And now, once I've got into my setup, I'm almost creating that straight lever through my lead arm and the lead hand through the putter. So the next question that I'll often get asked is, well, if you do that, then your left arm isn't actually straight. And that is actually correct. So yes, I could drop my arm down and I could create that arm lock, but you see now that really is an arm lock position with the club. And that might allow me to what feels like straightened out, but you'll notice there is still an angle here. But what I'm actually trying to feel is that my arms are connected to my body. So with that grip, now we have an idea of where that wants to be. I want to feel like my elbows are now going to tuck into my body a little bit, and you'll notice that my palms face towards you when I do that. Now I've got a really nice position to get that putter sitting through the lifeline of that lead hand. And like I said, right arm really is just sitting locked in. What that allows me to do is to stabilize my entire rest of my body and really just allow the club to work through the thoracic. All I'm looking for here is for the lower body to stay as stable as possible. So anything below my belt buckle, which you can't quite see here, is going to stay completely stable. And I am just working, I'm almost imagining someone's come along and pulled my right shoulder back to take the putter away, then left shoulder back to take the club through. As a result of this, it'll give me a nice natural arc with the putting stroke. A lot of us get taught when we're learning to sort of swing straight back, straight through. That's not technically true. There is always going to be a natural arc with the putter. And so long as we are maintaining the angles with the wrists and elbows and keeping the body really stable, that natural arc should appear without us trying to do anything extra. Here's a quick drill to get you into the perfect setup. Stand up tall with your arms at right angles and your elbows tucked into your ribs, then hinge over at the hips. You're looking for your eyes to be directly over the ball. From there, you can take your grip. Remember, your elbows need to stay glued to your side the whole time. So, as is always the case in our household, it has turned into beers and a putting competition because one of us brought out a golf club, so you know, that's a lot of fun. Also, I think you should really check out Luke's lockdown here. You ready? Let's have a little peek. Oh yeah, guess who did that? You're welcome. See you guys next time.